Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. All music, photos, and videos under fair use for review and educational purposes only.
Series 1 started hitting store shelves in late October, with each subsequent series arriving a month or so later, not including online stores like Ringside Collectibles, who were selling an exclusive 1 out of 100 Apollo Creed. The known retailers to me in the US that sold the Rocky toy line were Toys R Us and KB toy stores. Selling at $7.99 at retail, these figures came out punching right out of the corner, with 11 figures in the first series. Arguably, only 2 bums in the set, Spider Rico and the Meat. My biggest complaint about this set was the lack of a championship belt for the figures, and that most of the picture inserts in the packaging didn't coincide with the actual figure. A boxing ring for your figures was also released. Literally, it's just a WWE ring with a sheet of Rocky stickers to apply. And if you really wanted to get your kids into Rocky, they sold wearable electronic boxing gloves that had the iconic Bill Conti Rocky music and Mickey's voice cheering you on. They also sold the wonderful championship belt that if you were slim enough, you could wear yourself. If you lived in the UK, you got an exclusive, combining both the gloves and championship belt, plus the action figures of Clubber Lang and Rocky Balboa.
I hope you enjoyed the previous review of Series 1, Rocky in Street Clothes. We already looked at the packaging in that review. In the package, she looks like she ain't feeling too good. She's dressed a bit like a loser.
Call me that, Paulie.
At the bottom, we've got her glasses. On the side, we've got a picture of Adrian, but it's not Adrian that's in the package. Then also her name, Adrian. She's one of only 4 characters that Jakks didn't give them a last name. Adrian Bonino. We have a picture of the prototype of Adrian. All she's missing is the glasses, and we're gonna also look at that coat, because this coat here on the prototype has real buttons on it, whereas the actual figure does not. A small little bio on Adrian, which is very wonderful. Again, like I said on the Rocky review, this was written by somebody who knew the characters. A true Rocky fan.
And here she is out of the package.
I love that they use real soft goods for her clothing, for her attire. It's really nice. And like, how else could they have gotten it so accurate? Here's the one missed opportunity. Her hat is not removable. What do you guys think? Does this look like Adrian? Or at least, does it look like Talia Shire? It seems like they gave her too much eyeliner. This reminds me of her, the way she's looking, her eyes, her facial expression, like when she's looking into the mirror right before she actually leaves the house with Rocky. Let's take a look at that coat. Like I mentioned earlier, the prototype had real buttons. It's just paint on the coat. I'm not bothered by it at all. I mean, if it brought down costs to produce more of these beautiful figures, then that's great. They're not real pockets, they're just little flaps to represent pockets. Taking a look all the way around. The collar, yeah, it is a collar. And her scarf. It's a bit frayed right there. Her dress. And the way she's dressed actually reminds me a bit like Olive Oyl from Popeye. Her shoes. Let's complete her look by adding on her glasses. The glasses add so much more. It really makes this figure look like Adrian. The glasses though, they are a bit flimsy, and the articulation on her feet makes her fall down a lot. You just have her next to Rocky, kind of leaning on him so that she doesn't fall. Her height is perfect, and they look great together.
Down, stay down.
A lot of people thought that Adrian was going to come out with skates for this first release. Then it was speculated that she was going to come out later on in the best of series with those skates. About a decade ago, I was able to talk to a Jakks employee. At the time, I was doing a lot of WWE extra work, basically getting beat up by the superstars before the show started, basically like sparring with them. Afterwards, I put my suit back on and hang out in catering. I was sitting next to one of the designers or something. We spoke about toys, and then that's when I found out he was a Jakks employee. I said, hey, come over my house. You could take whatever you want from the garage. My wife has actually been getting on me about cleaning all that stuff up. You could take whatever you want. He talked about the skates. He talked about other prototypes that never saw the light of day. I put his phone number in one of the pockets of that rented suit. I was kind of down about not being really looked at. I was kind of hoping a dark match or something, and be looked at by someone top brass. It didn't happen. I was dejected. I went home. I just returned the suit and was kind of just down about not being able to showcase my stuff. It wasn't until like a week later that I remembered I left the number in that suit that I rented. So anyways, that's my little story of what could have been on so many other levels. I want this video to be under 10 minutes, but I also want to make sure that you get to see everything of this figure. Adrian's mom had told her that she wasn't born with much of a body, so she better develop a brain. But I know she's hiding something underneath all those clothes. My daughter's Adrian, because I had bought her one, because this one's mine. And she had taken off all her clothes. And underneath, she actually had a WWE Victoria's body. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope I didn't force you to stick around for this review. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment.